It is senior day here against number 16 Michigan State, and it is Lamar Stevens and Mike Watson's last time playing here in this Bryce Jordan Center. And as you can see, this place is ready to explode.
Penn State honors some of the greatest to ever come through this program's history, but it was the greats right now, Mark Hall, Vincenzo Joseph, and Nick Lee, that helped the Lions pull out this victory in their annual BJC Duel. We're here at NovaCare Complex on the second full day of Eagles training camp. Matt Collins is out here looking healthy, catching balls. Carson Wentz is looking agile, a little thin, a little toned, and there's a big battle going on at the DB position. We're excited to see how it pans out. Noah Chast, 6 ABC, Action News. I'm here on the floor of the Bryce Jordan Center where myself, along with 700 other Penn Staters, will be dancing, stretching, singing, and basically doing everything else except for sitting or sleeping. Number 16 Penn State basketball is back on track and back on the road for tomorrow's game at Iowa. The Lions beat Rutgers in a thriller Wednesday night at home. Penn Staters now have to travel more than a mile up the road to get their favorite snacks, like this crunch wrap I have right here. It was a record-setting night for Lamar Stevens, moving third place all-time in the Penn State scoring list and collecting his 800th personal rebound. But it was Curtis Jones and the rest of the Penn State team that helped turn on the offense in the second half to get Penn State the win. Penn State's Nittany Lion is one of the most famous mascots in sports. He can be found at the student section of almost any Penn State sports game, cheering on the blue and white. Until football senior day against Rutgers, almost nobody knew the identity of the man behind the lion. We were able to sit down with the student that led Penn Staters through countless kickoffs and quarters.
I'm the Nittany Lion. I've been the Nittany Lion since the spring semester of my freshman year. I'll be graduating in May, so I'm finishing out my third year here. Honestly, the best college experience I could have possibly asked for. It's, on average, probably over 40 hours a week, on top of full-time classes.
PJ Mullen is the director of marketing for Penn State Athletics. He believes that there's more to the Lion than getting Penn State pumped up.
The consistency of that mascot and what that mascot symbolizes for Penn State is just so key. It's beyond him being able to do backflips or dances or crowd prompts. It's so much bigger than that.
We asked Zach if he felt content having a non-traditional time in college.
Absolutely satisfied, but do I miss out on the typical college experience? 100%. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on the Lion, especially. So I was the second freshman ever selected as a Lion, but the first one didn't even make it through a year because he was being too much of a normal college kid and got himself in trouble.
Zach is the 52nd Lion to don the suit, starting with Richard Hoffman in 1921. In June of this year, the famous Lion even earned a spot in the Mascot Hall of Fame. So what does it take to be the Nittany Lion?
You know, someone that doesn't need all the recognition, but is going to be in the spotlight at all times, but no one's really going to truly know who that person is. So that's huge.
Zach SOWA may not have had the typical college experience, but he says his years of the Nittany Lion have been well worth it.
It was so much fun. I felt like Hannah Montana. It wasn't that hard because it was just so much fun to me. The hardest part was just convincing myself to lie, because a lot of people will straight up ask.
He went 3 years basically Clark Kent style, and when he was Superman, no one knew who he was. So for him to go undercover for 3 years, do such a good job, and then to finally get his moment in front of the stadium, I think was really special when he got to reveal himself. That's not something that he asked to do, that's something that's just been a tradition of the Nittany Lion. So that's why we decided to throw him on the microphone to do We Are, as we thought, what better way to end the season than to have the guy who's been in the suit for 3 years lead the stadium one last time together with a We Are chant without his mask on, and let him have his moment to talk for once, because he's been all of our best friends for 3 years without ever saying a word to us, which is kind of impressive if you think about it.
Penn State took down Ohio State 20-16 in their annual BJC Duel. It was a sold-out crowd at the Bryce Jordan Center with Penn State fans and coaches in attendance. The duel was hard-fought, with both teams pulling out tough wins.
Our guys that are consistent were consistent, and our guys that haven't been consistent weren't consistent.
In between rounds, Penn State honored 4 former wrestlers and Dan Hodge Award winners, Kerry McCoy, David Taylor, Zane Rutherford, and Bo Nickel.
Penn State honors some of the greatest to ever come through this program's history, but it was the greats right now, Mark Hall, Vincenzo Joseph, and Nick Lee, that helped the Lions pull out this victory in their annual BJC Duel.
Number 2 ranked Lee upset the former number 1 in the country, Luke Pletcher.
Number 1 Joseph followed Lee with the win of his own at 165. Mark Hall then electrified the crowd, pinning CAEL Romero in only 46 seconds.
I knew he was going to shoot with his right hand, and I just got where I was good and kind of made him pay the price.
Penn State is now 11-2 on the year and remains number 2 in the nation. Reporting from the Bryce Jordan Center, I'm Noah Chast for the Center County Report. College sports teams across the nation have seen their seasons canceled, including Penn State men's lacrosse and captain Nick Cardeal.
It is my life, like lacrosse. As weird as it is, obviously you're a student athlete and school comes first, but at the end of the day, you wake up every single day just to be out there and playing. So
Penn State came into the season the reigning Big Ten champions and ranked number 1 in the nation. They got off to a 5-2 start, and with 13 seniors on the team, knew this could have been their year.
This is a season where everyone's all in. Like, everyone knows that we have to be all in, and it's literally championship or nothing. And then this happens. So it's the strangest thing I've ever seen.
Cardeal plans on playing professionally and eventually finding work after college. While there are talks of granting seniors another year of eligibility, he believes the choice is not that simple.
And I'm all for it, right? I want to go back, but at the end of the day, it's not that easy just to make that decision to go back for another school year, because there is an academic side. I'm not just playing lacrosse.
The sudden end to their promising season hurt Cardeal and many others on the team. His message to other seniors? To keep it all in perspective.
At the end of the day, it is a sport that we love and that we've put our entire heart into, but at the end of the day, there's people passing away from this. There's people getting affected.
Reporting from University Park, I'm Noah Chast for the Center County Report. I'm Noah Chast with sports. The State High girls basketball team plays Upper St. Clair tonight in the first round of the playoffs. The Little Lions went 13-6 during the regular season and 10-4 in their conference. State High is starting 4 seniors, while Upper St. Clair has 4 freshmen on their starting lineup. Coach Chris Lieser feels their experience might give them an edge. The game tips off tonight at 7. Number 20 Penn State men's basketball faces Northwestern in its final regular season game tomorrow. The Lions lost their final home game this week against Michigan State. It was senior night for stars Lamar Stevens and Mike Watkins. Big Mike was able to connect on this layup to end the first half. A healthy Myron Jones led the team with 16 points, including this triple. The Lions were up big to end the half, but could not buy a bucket in the second. The Spartans were too much to handle and took the game 79-71. But Coach Pat Chambers is still optimistic.
It's exciting to be on that level now, and that can't drop. We're a damn good team. We're a damn good team. We just haven't played 40 minutes yet.
The game at Northwestern tips off tomorrow at 4.